Yo. And as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of this video, I am back with another review, but this time it is another PLE review, and that is Evolution that happened last night. And oh my god, what a PLE. Absolutely incredible from start to finish. You'd probably think I would be a little bit more negative when it comes to this Evolution PLE because we didn't get the return of an AJ Lee or a Paige last night during the Battle Royale or during the Intercontinental Championship, or a face off with like Rhea or Io or anything like that. So you'd think I would be a little bit like down about the PLE last night, because I think a lot of people were expecting at least Paige or AJ Lee, so at least one of them to return, but obviously we didn't get any of them. But because the PLE was absolutely incredible, it's not put a damper on it for me personally. As much as I would have absolutely loved an AJ Lee appearance, like I wouldn't even like be mad if she didn't wrestle. She just was one of the people that was congratulated for her past when it comes to the evolution of the women's wrestlers. So I wouldn't have minded if she was that, or even if she was like on commentary or anything like that. Like I wouldn't have minded, but she wasn't on the show at all, and neither was Paige. I'm not like overly like disappointed, because it just is what it is at this point. I would have loved for a Paige or an AJ Lee return, of course. Would have made the PLE like a 6 out of 5 for sure. Not even more than that, 10 out of 5, because that probably would have gone down if AJ Lee returned. I think Paige would have had a big pop, but I think if AJ Lee would have returned, it probably would have been pop of the since wrestling started, because that was not since wrestling started, but you know what I mean. Like that okay, let's just say it would have been pop of since wrestling started for women's wrestling, because that would have been absolutely insane and would have topped anything that happened this weekend when it comes to any wrestling company. An AJ Lee return would have topped everything, because everybody would be speaking about an AJ Lee return. But unfortunately we didn't get it last night. But other than that, and the only other, like, I wouldn't say there was a negative that AJ Lee and Paige weren't there, because can't really say it was a negative because they weren't there to actually do anything, so I wouldn't class it as a negative. But I think the only like slight negative I have is the women's battle royale, because we didn't get any like surprise like entrances into the battle royale. We had the 20 people that were shown on the screen, that it was way obvious who was winning it. And don't get me wrong, I am so down for Stephanie winning it, because that means that she will be on the shows that I'll be at next month. So I'm more than down for her to win the Battle Royale, because Stephanie's literally in my top 5 right now of favourite women wrestlers. But the Battle Royale wasn't that interesting for me, because it was just a bit too obvious that Stephanie was winning it. So that's the only like slight negative I have, not about the winner, but just about the fact that the Battle Royale was very obvious who was winning it. But oh well, it is what it is. I'm going to speak on what I gave this PLE at the beginning of the show. At the beginning of this review, and then at the end of the review I will let you guys know my match of the night. But I did give this Evolution a 5 out of 5, because this Evolution was probably, personally for me, in top 5 PLEs of the year so far. Number 1 being the Elimination Chamber, because that was absolutely fucking incredible. Number 2 being WrestleMania Night 1. Night 2, sorry, not Night 1. WrestleMania Night 2. Evolution being top 3 PLE of the year. Money in the Bank being number 4. And then Backlash being number 5 for me personally this year. So the Women's Evolution, top 3 for me, because absolutely fucking incredible. Like, what a PLE. So yeah, I officially, you can't see it in the thumbnail, but officially did give it a 5 out of 5. Such a good PLE. And then we got Raw tonight as well. So much wrestling has happened in the past, like, I've watched like 5 wrestling events in 3 days, because SmackDown, NXT Great American Bash, all in at the exact same time, Evolution, and then Monday Night Raw tonight, NXT tomorrow, Dynamite for AEW on Wednesday, nothing Thursday, SmackDown on Friday, and then by the time Saturday comes along, we've literally only got 2 weeks until SummerSlam starts, so it's, my head is literally wrestling fried. I literally feel like I'm high on wrestling, it's crazy. Anyways, I done a prediction order, and I only got 2 out of 7 right. My mum only got 2 out of 7 right as well. I got the main event, of course, Rhea Ripley vs Io Sky right, and then I got Trish and Tiffany's match right, because that was match number 4. And then my mum got the opening show right, and then the main event right. So she got the match that we will talk about now right, which was between Bayley, Lara Valkyria and Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I do want to quickly say, before I kick on with this match, unfortunately my Netflix for the beginning 2 matches was glitching, so it was very blurry, so I couldn't make out what was going on because it was so pixelated, because it was, yeah, very, very blurry. But on my phone it was absolutely fine, like there was no lag, no blurriness or anything on my phone. And I think for some reason my Netflix on my PlayStation just decided so that it would just, you know, fuck up, which was very frustrating, because at the time I wasn't sure if we were going to get an AJ Lee or Paige return. So the fact that my PlayStation Netflix was messing up, I was like, you've got to be kidding me, like why during this PLE? So I had to restart my PlayStation, and then it worked fine from then. So I didn't film the Becky, Lyra and Bayley match, which I was going to. I also was going to film the Naomi and Jade Cargill match, but decided not to, because I just thought if I didn't film the beginning match, I was like, well, I'll just film the Women's Battle Royale. But I ended up not filming it because I just was too nervous, to be honest with you. I was literally a nervous wreck, because I was like, oh my god, like we might possibly have an AJ Lee or Paige return, and I couldn't just get out my phone to film, because I just wanted to like be in the moment if one of them did return. So I didn't film it. So I just ended up not filming it at all. But I wish I filmed the main event, but because that was absolutely incredible. An unexpected moment happened in that main event, but I just ended up not doing it. But so I just thought I'd just clarify on all that first, because I did say I was going to film 4 matches of Evolution, and I ended up filming 0. But oh well, it is what it is. Anyways, this match. I gave this match a 4 out of 5, because what a start to the Evolution PLE this was. Absolutely incredible opening to the show. Lyra was taken out at the beginning of the match by Bayley, I'm pretty sure. It might have been Becky Lynch. Like I said, most of this match was blurry, so I don't really know what was going on. But yeah, I did kind of see that Lyra was taken out, but I don't know who by. Bayley was favouring her knee a lot, and that was a bit concerning, because obviously we just had the whole shit go down with Seth Rollins the night before. So when she was favouring her knee and her arm for some reason, I don't know what happened during her arm. Again, like I said, I barely saw any of this match, which is very, very disappointing, because it was apparently a very, very good match. But I didn't really see much of it, because my Netflix decided to be like, you know what, I'm not going to let you enjoy this match, but you can enjoy like match number 3 to 7, but the first 2, nah, you're not going to enjoy them. So yeah. But yeah, she was favouring the knee a lot, but I'm pretty sure she's fine. It's not just selling on a knee injury. We had a horrendous kick to Bayley on the back of the head by Becky Lynch. Like, that sounded like horrendous, like fucking horrendous. But what I saw of this match, considering I didn't get to see a lot of it, it looked fucking incredible. I think I'll probably have to watch it again to know 100% like what happened during that match. But what I saw of this was definitely a massive thumbs up, and I did give it a 4 out of 5, so I must have seen enough of it to give it quite a high rating. But yeah, we had a loads of near falls during this match. We had near falls to everybody's finisher, which I really liked. I also liked that Lyra, Valkyria, Bayley and Becky Lynch all had a good showing, like, because sometimes in triple threats it tends to be a one-on-one match and then the third person kind of gets thrown out and like doesn't really have participate in the match, but everybody in this triple threat got a good showing, and that's what I love about triple threats when they are booked right, because that's what it should be. It should be an equal match. It shouldn't become a one-on-one match just because there's 3 people in it. That you can do one-on-one matches, obviously, but I like that this triple threat didn't become like that for very long. Anyways, we had like slight moments with just Bayley and Becky, and slight moments with just Becky and Lyra and Bayley and Lyra, but not for like long periods of time. So good on like the WWE creative team for doing that, because I very much enjoyed that. We had a nice sequence with Bayley and just Becky during the triple threat as well, which was fucking beautiful. Like, yeah, and like I've already said, we had so many near falls to all their finishers, and just throughout the whole match, to be honest, we had so many near falls. But my prediction for this match was that Becky Lynch was going to retain her Intercontinental Championship, and she did. I did predict that Becky Lynch would start beating down Lyra and Bayley, and then we were going to possibly get the return of AJ Lee to have a face-off with Becky Lynch and then go on to SummerSlam to face Becky for the Intercontinental Championship, because SummerSlam is 2 nights, for one, and for 2, it is in AJ Lee's hometown. So, and reason number 3, Becky Lynch is Seth Rollins' wife, and who does Seth Rollins hate? CM Punk. And who's CM Punk's wife? AJ Lee. You know what I mean? So I was kind of manifesting in a way that Becky was going to start beating down Bayley and Lyra, and we were going to get the return of either Paige or AJ Lee to have that face off with Becky Lynch to go on to SummerSlam in like what, 3 weeks time, 2 weeks time on this Saturday. So yeah, but of course we didn't get that, but that would have been sick. But again, I did get this match right. Becky Lynch retained her Women's Intercontinental Championship, and I did give this match a 4 out of 5 because from what I saw of it, considering a lot of it was blurry, it was absolutely fucking amazing, and I'm so glad that everyone had a good showing during the triple threat. So a big thumbs up to this match right here. I do think we're going to get another match at SummerSlam again in a triple threat, and I would be so down for it. Hopefully like a ladder match or a TLC match or something, or even a women's Hell in a Cell match, because I feel like they've earned a stipulation match. I know triple threats, it's no disqualifications, but I want an actual stipulation, so like a ladder, a TLC, a Hell in a Cell, a steel cage, I don't know, something, because I feel like they've all earned it for SummerSlam, so that's what I can see potentially happening. But yeah, big thumbs up to this match. Match number 2 was for the NXT Women's Championship between Jordynne Grace and the Women's NXT Champion Jacy Jayne. I did give this match a 3 out of 5. This was another match that was blurry, so I didn't really watch it. I saw the ending because it about 5 minutes left of the match. There was no more like blurriness from Netflix on my TV, so I was able to actually enjoy the last 5 minutes. So I did see what happened, but the first 10-12 minutes, however long it was, I didn't really see what was happening. I saw like the beginning of the match, like the first 30 seconds, and it seemed like a very good start to the match between both of them. Very enjoyable by what I could see from the beginning of the match. I'm so glad that Blake was out there, but as soon as Blake was announced to be in Jordynne's corner, I knew like 100% she was turning heel, whether it was during the match or after the match. I was expecting it to be after though, so I was expecting Jordynne Grace to win and then Blake Monroe to turn on Jordynne Grace, setting up a championship match between them. But I'm glad that it happened during the match, because it now gives Jacy Jayne the chance to be champion for a little bit longer, and it also gives Blake the chance and the opportunity to not just go straight after the championship just because of how big of a name she is. It gives her a chance to, for one, develop her character on NXT, develop her wrestling moveset, like just develop herself even more by having matches that don't have to contain a championship. So that's what they're going for. They're going for a Jordynne Grace and a Blake Monroe rivalry, which I'm so down for. So down for, and I'm glad that's the way that it's gone down. We had so many near falls during this match though, where I thought Jacy was going to retain, Jordynne Grace was going to become our new NXT Women's Champion, but as you saw, Blake Monroe cost Jordynne Grace the Women's NXT Championship by hitting her on the back with the belt that Fatal Influence did bring into the match, and Jacy Jayne retained the championship thanks to the help of Blake Monroe, who then entered the ring and handed the belt over to Jacy Jayne and then walked out, and that was that. And then we just saw Jordynne Grace was bleeding. I don't know whether she was bleeding from the nose or the mouth, because it kind of looked like she was bleeding from the mouth, but it kind of went up to her nose, but I don't know, but she was bleeding anyway. So yeah, I did give this match a 3 out of 5. It might have been better than a 3 out of 5, or it might have been worse than a 3 out of 5, but what I saw of it and the Blake heel turn, I did give it a 3 out of 5. But like I said, the majority of this match was blurry on my screen. I was watching it like in 360p for some weird reason on my PlayStation. That's what it was doing, but on my phone it was on like 1080p, or the highest it can be. So I don't know what the hell was going on, but yeah, from what I saw of the match, I did give this match a 3 out of 3, and I did predict that Jacy Jayne would retain her NXT Women's Championship. I didn't predict that we'd get a Blake heel turn, because at the time that I filmed my prediction video of Evolution, Blake wasn't rumoured to be out there, so I didn't even predict that. But when I was watching the match, I knew that Blake was going to turn heel 100%. Whether, yeah, like I said, whether it was during the match or after. So yeah, I kind of got that right, but didn't, because I didn't actually predict it on my Evolution prediction. But anyway, I got the match winner right, so a good fun. I'll give it a sideways thumbs up, because that's an alright match from what I saw of it. Anyway, it might have been better, but I don't know. Match number 3, we had the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match for the Women's Tag Team Championship between the Kabuki Warriors, Zahara and Zaruka, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, and then of course the Women's Tag Team Champions Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. This match was absolutely incredible. It really didn't need to be as good as it was, because it was a tag team match, a women's tag team match, and the women's tag team division isn't the greatest. So this had like no reasoning to be as good as it was. I knew it was going to be a decent match, but I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, to the point that I personally gave this match a 4 out of 5, because it was so enjoyable to watch. Every single woman in this tag team match got a good showing, every single one of them, and that is a very difficult thing to do sometimes when it comes to WWE. They seem to book majority of the people in a multi-person match, but a lot of them don't get booked very well. But during this, with 8 women wrestlers, absolutely booked to perfection. I really enjoyed this, so I did give it a 4 out of 5. I don't know why I'm doing it all the way down here, it's up here. I did give this match a 4 out of 5. That might be a little bit too high for some of you guys, but personally for me, I enjoyed it more than the Jordynne Grace match, so I had to give it a higher rating. So that would be a 4 out of 5, because I gave the Jordynne Grace and Jacy Jayne match a 3. So yeah, they were so loud for Charlotte. Like, I have never heard an American crowd in a long time chant that loudly "We want Charlotte" in a very long time. I don't even think it's ever happened, to be honest with you, but they were chanting loud for Charlotte Flair, that even Charlotte was like, me? Like, me? What? Like, she looked shocked as fuck. Like, I don't think she was expecting it at all. Like, yeah, definitely, she wasn't expecting it at all, because she knows how much hate she gets. Which is unfair, just because she's a Flair. That wasn't meant to rhyme, but that rhymed. What the But yeah, no, I'm loving this Charlotte Flair character with Alexa Bliss. It is definitely by far my favourite tag team. Like, absolute brilliant idea from the creative team to put these two together, because it's been so fucking funny to have them two, and I'm really enjoying it, like really enjoying it. Sol Ruka is definitely a workhorse for this PLE, because she wrestled 3 times. She wrestled on the Friday Night SmackDown in a Fatal 4-Way. She wrestled in a one-on-one match against, I think it, not quite quote me on this, don't know if it was, because I didn't watch that match on NXT Great American Bash because I was watching it all in at the same time. I think it was Izzy Dame. I think she faced her at Great American Bash, and then obviously last night in this tag team match. So she is workhorse. Like, she has been on a lot, and she's probably going to be doing something else on NXT, because during this match, Zahara speared her by accident. So there's going to be a little bit of tension there, I think, between Zahara and Sol Ruka, and they're probably going to go after each other for the, well, not go after each other, but they're going to go after each other, but Zahara's going to go after Sol Ruka's North American Championship, which I can definitely see happening. Yeah, we got a near fall to a spear by Roxanne. I think it was, who done the spear? I think it was Charlotte Flair that done the spear. I'm assuming it was Charlotte Flair. Yeah, yeah. So I honestly thought there and then we were going to get new tag team championships in Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, but we didn't, because Roxanne did kick out of the spear, but it was an absolutely incredible spear. We had a lovely sequence by Asuka during this match, which was so fucking enjoyable to watch. Asuka was so good in the ring, and so as much as Kairi's saying it's stick because the 2 people that were injured, she was a part of the match, but no one was injured in this match, and there was 7 other people with her. So I don't think it was her that injured these 2 people, Zoe and Liv. I think they just generally just landed wrong, and yeah. But Kairi Sane's actually quite incredible in the ring, to be honest with you. Like, she's actually really good. But yeah, we had an absolutely incredible sequence by Asuka. Sol Ruka's finisher, I could watch that on repeat. Like, I could genuinely watch Sol Ruka's finisher on repeat, because that finisher is absolutely incredible. Like, definitely one of the best finishers in the whole of WWE's roster. Like, absolutely incredible. And we did see, I think it was Alexa get chucked out. Yeah, it was Alexa. Saw Alexa get chucked out of the ring onto everyone, and it looked like she landed horribly, like horribly. But yeah, we didn't get new champions in this match. We did get our retaining champions by Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. I did predict that Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair was gonna win this, but when Alexa won the Fatal 4-Way on Friday Night SmackDown, I was like, okay, Alexa and Charlotte ain't winning. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad Alexa and Charlotte didn't win, because I feel like it would have been too obvious them 2 winning. So Roxanne and Raquel retaining, I think was actually a very good decision. So I'm so here for the retaining ship, is that even a word? Of Raquel and Roxanne. I'm glad that WWE and the creative team went with that decision, because it was definitely the right choice. Because it gives Roxanne the opportunity to build a possible, friendship with Raquel, to turn on Raquel like later down the line. So I'm glad that they went with that decision. But like I said, I did get this match wrong. Did predict Alexa and Charlotte to win it. Of course they didn't. And I did give this match a 4 out of 5. Right, now we are on to match 4 of the evening, which was between Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton. This match was way better than I thought it was going to be. I was kind of worried for this match, because we had 3 decent to good matches, and I was worried that this match was going to let it down a little bit. Because I was unsure if the chemistry was going to be there with Tiffany and Trish. I was very unsure. Even though they are quite similar in the ring, I was still quite unsure, because obviously Trish is older and she doesn't wrestle as much, and Tiffany, to be honest with you, hasn't wrestled this much this year either. So I was kind of worried that this match wasn't going to be great and it was going to be a bit botchy and a bit, yeah, kind of like messed up a little bit. But no, this match was very decent, to the point that I did give it a 3 out of 5. I genuinely did think I was going to give this match like a 2 out of 5 before even watching it. But no, this match was actually really like decent to watch. Like I've said multiple times, way better than I thought it was going to be. We had a nice reversal by Trish, which was fucking amazing of a reversal. We had a slap fest between them both. They both just kept slapping the shit out of each other, and they also later in the match done it again. So we had a slap fest during this match, which was very like nice. I did say like in the Time Main Event review that I don't like it when it's like goes on for too long, but it didn't, because we had like a mini one and then we had one a little bit later. So that's what I liked about that slapfest during Tiffany and Trish, that it didn't go on for ages, but we had like a few of them. So yeah, I really like that. We had a beautiful swanton and near full by Tiffany Stratton. Like, I genuinely thought that was the moment that Tiffany was going to win, and it wasn't very long at this point. So I was like, okay, been a decent match, but not very long. But no, Trish kicked out, but what a beautiful, like I've already said, swanton by Tiffany Stratton. Like, absolutely, like, hats off to her for like keeping the legacy alive of that swanton bomb that is Jeff Hardy's, because that swanton was absolutely incredible. We had a near finisher as well by Trish Stratus. I genuinely thought that Trish was gonna win at one point, because she'd done the Stratusfaction, and I genuinely actually thought it was it. So I was like, oh my god, are we actually going to get a new women's champion in Trish Stratus? Okay, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this, but no, we didn't. Tiffany kicked out. And then that was all I had written down for that match. I didn't have a lot written down for the match, because, to be honest with you, I didn't have a lot written down for the majority of the match apart from the main event. But of course I'm not going to write down every little thing that happened during every single match, because this means this video would be about 3 hours long if I wrote down every little thing. So I write down what I feel like I want to talk about. So I didn't write down, like, I won't show you like this stuff because I'm just talking about it yet, but yeah, I didn't write down a lot. I think that match was the match that I wrote down the least for, but I did feel that it was decent, so I did give it a 3 out of 5. But I did predict that Tiffany would retain her women's championship, so at the moment I am 3 out of 4 correct, which is not too bad, not bad at all. And now we are on to match number 5, which was between Naomi and Jade Cargill in a no holds barred match. I did give this match a 4 out of 5 because I felt it was booked absolutely amazingly. I really enjoyed it. I feel like it probably could have been a little bit more brutal, like a little tiny bit, not much, but just a little bit. But other than that, it was really good. The match started before they both even entered the ring, because obviously Bianca was the special referee, so as soon as they started brawling outside the ring, Bianca just rang the bell and it started like straight away, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoy that when matches just start like very quickly, because we get longer of a match when they do that. So I'm glad that happened during the match. No, before the match even started properly. We had a lovely spear by Jade Cargill to Naomi. Like, what a beautiful looking spear. Yeah, very enjoyable. We had chain shots by Jade to Naomi. No? Yeah, we did, yeah. I thought it was Naomi that done it at first, but no, she did have it, and then Jade took it off her. So yeah, we had a beautiful like punch to the face with the chain wrapped around Jade's hand to Naomi, which was very cool to see. We had Jade steal a camera off a cameraman, and then whack Naomi in the head with it, and then chucked it out of the ring. I genuinely thought it was going to hit the fan, because as she chucked it like quite like nearer to the other side of the rope. So when she touched it, I was like, oh my god, is it going to fucking hit the fan right smack dead in the face? But luckily it didn't. But yeah, that was unexpected. I was like, what the fuck? She started filming it first, and then nothing. There's no camera shot to her filming. So I don't think it was a real camera, but I know it might have been a real camera, but just like padded, I don't know. But yeah, I just started filming. I thought we were going to cut to her actually giving us a POV of her hitting Naomi, but yeah, we didn't get that. But no, it was a cool moment though. But by far the moment for me during this match was when Naomi kicked the TV and it sparks. I don't know if that was meant to happen or not. I'm really unsure if that was meant to happen. Probably, but I'm unsure. But that was a cool moment to see. A very, very cool moment to see. Jade went through a table. Naomi went through the table as well, because we got the Jaded from the top rope to Naomi through the table, which did lead to Jade Cargill picking up the victory in this no holds barred match. I did give it a 4 out of 5. I would say it was a low 4 out of 5, but I feel a lot of moments in this match granted it a 4 out of 5. As much as I do believe that we should have had a little bit more, I feel like it should have been a little bit more brutal, but not loads, but a little bit. I still gave it a 4 out of 5. Not sure if Naomi's broke her nose or she's just injured her nose, like got a cut to her nose, but yeah, she had tape all over her nose. I'm hoping it's just a cut and nothing serious, but yeah, I did predict that Jade Cargill was going to win this match, because I just felt like it made more sense for Jade to win, considering Jade's going on to face Tiffany at SummerSlam, and I feel like giving Naomi the win over Jade would have been a stupid idea, because there would be, well, Jade's going on to face Tiffany at SummerSlam, so giving Jade a loss here would be a very dumb decision by WWE and creative team. But luckily Jade didn't lose here, and it didn't hurt Naomi at all losing, and it made sense for what happened at the end of the show for Naomi to lose. So big thumbs up to the creative team for giving us the right decision on every match, to be honest with you. So far, every match so far has had the right decision. You know what, every single match had the right decision, in my opinion. So yeah, there's just really nothing like incredibly negative to say about this show, apart from the Battle Royale being a bit too obvious. But yeah, like I've already said, I did predict Jade would win this no holds barred, and she did, and again I did give this match a 4 out of 5. Right, we are now on to the, hang on guys, okay, I'm back. Yeah, we are now on to the co-main event of the evening, and that was that was the Battle Royale, well, the Women's Battle Royale. I did give this match a 3 out of 5, and also, this being the co-main event, I really actually truly did believe that we were going to get either an AJ Lee or a Paige return, because I felt like this being the co-main event was a bad decision. I think, yeah, that's it. Now I've realised that's the only bad decision, is this being the co-main event. Considering that the Women's Championship was, well, the Women's World Championship was the main event, this being the co-main event was a bad decision, because I felt like the winner of this Battle Royale, it being Stephanie Booker, and I did get this match right, by the way, I feel like she should have stayed out on commentary to witness the match between Rhea and Io, because she was going to be the one to go on to face either Rhea or Io at the time at Clash in Paris. I feel like having Stephanie out there would have helped to start potential feud with whoever was going to win that match. Obviously it wasn't who we expected to win the match, because the two competitors in the match didn't win it, but I feel like Stephanie should have been out there, considering this was the co-main event. So it didn't really make sense for me for this to be the co-main event. I predicted that the Jordynne Grace and Jacy Jayne was going to be the main event, because as much as those two women are incredible in the ring, don't get me wrong, but because it was the only NXT match on this card, I was expecting it to kind of a little bit be a filler match for the main event, so that's why I predicted that it was going to be co-main event in the Jordynne Grace and Jacy Jayne match. And I feel like it would have made more sense to have the Battle Royale second match on the night, and then Jordynne Grace and Jacy Jayne the co-main event, because yeah, we're having the Women's Battle Royale, the co-main event, just before a Women's Championship match was about to happen. Didn't really make sense to me. yeah, I feel like it should have been like a couple of matches before any women's championship. Even the Tiffany and Trish match, like that's why I predicted it second, because I predicted that it wouldn't be near, well, a match before a women's championship or the world championship. So yeah, I feel like that was a bad decision to have this co-main event, because I think it got a lot of people's hopes up, considering it being co-main event, that we were going to get an AJ Lee or Paige return, but obviously that didn't happen during this match. But I did still give it a 3 out of 5, because as much as it was very predictable that Stephanie was winning this, it was a decent battle royale to watch. Like I've noticed with battle royales, they tend to not be that good. Yeah, they don't tend to be good, to be honest with you, like 90% of the time, and this was one of them. It was decent, but not great. Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dime, I don't know how to say her last name, was eliminated straight away, like literally straight away, within like 30 seconds of the match starting, which I found to be a weird decision, considering I thought they would give the NXT like superstars a bit more of a showing, because that's the whole point in this being called Evolution, because it's the evolution of WWE women's superstars, and they're both NXT superstars. You would think they would have a bit more of a showing than like the others that have been a part of WWE for a long time, but it is what it is. We saw Nikki Bella, and I just realised I put Nick, what the hell? We saw Nikki Bella and Chelsea Green have a face-off a lot during this match, and it's making me think that we're possibly going to get Chelsea Green versus Nikki Bella at SummerSlam, like, or at Clash in Paris, because we had a lot of face-off between Chelsea Green and Nikki during this match. Like, a lot of it was, yeah, so that's a bit suspicious to me. I would be so down for a Nikki and Chelsea Green feud, like, definitely would be down for it. Be very different, and it would be something for Chelsea Green to do. But yeah, I can definitely see that happening. But yeah, like I've already said, I've written down here that it was a decent battle royale. Pardon me, sorry guys. It was a decent battle royale, and yeah, it was decent. Lash Legend looked absolutely powerful in that ring. I genuinely thought, I think she actually did. No, she did, didn't she? Did she eliminate Nia Jax, or did she almost eliminate Nia Jax? She got her over the top of the rope, for sure. I'm pretty sure she did anyway. But yeah, no, she's strong as fuck. Like, that's actually quite crazy. And then yeah, literally all I've got written down is Stephanie won and no AJ or Paige. And yeah, that was it for the battle royale. But the battle royale itself was decent. We had a good showing from a lot of the NXT superstars. We had a good showing from a lot of the other Raw and SmackDown superstars. We had a face-off between Nikki and Chelsea Green quite a lot. And yeah, we had a few moments here and there where it made the match decent at least. But yeah, like I said, I'm happy that Stephanie's won, because that means that she'll definitely be at the show next month. So I'll definitely get to see Stephanie, and Stephanie is, like I've said at the beginning of this video, is in my top 5 women's favourite wrestlers at the moment, and I can't wait to see her entrance live. So I'm so down to see her. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. So yeah, I did predict that Stephanie Fuka would win this. I think I said this at the beginning of the match, and I did give this match a 3 out of 5. We are now on to the main event of the evening. I know I'm making it sound like a UFC fight. Kind of was, to be honest with you. Which was between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. I did give this match a 5 out of 5, because this match from start to end was absolutely fucking incredible, and is on record to be one of the matches of the year, because this was so fucking good, so good. I did predict that Rhea Ripley was going to pick up the victory during this match, but I was wrong, because Rhea Ripley or Io Sky didn't pick up the victory in this match, but we will get on to the winner of this match as we speak about the match. But I loved that at the beginning of the match it was very 50-50. To be honest with you, throughout the whole match it was very 50-50, and I love that. I love it when matches are like 50-50 and you can tell that it's very 50-50. So I really enjoyed that we got like a 50-50 match throughout the whole of this match. Like a very, very good idea from the creative team to do that. We had Mind Games by Rhea. We had Mind Games by EO, both doing each other's like signature like dances and signature moves and stuff. So that was very cool to see like the Mind Games being played. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. We had a nice moonsault by Io Sky to Rhea Ripley that looked absolutely beautiful. Like, Io is just so incredible in the ring, like, so incredible in the ring. We had a knee to Io by Rhea Ripley that sounded and looked absolutely horrible, but horrible. Her knees look vicious as fuck. She doesn't have very big legs, to be fair, so I'm not surprised that they look and sound horrible, because, yeah, that did not look nice at all. We had a slightly heelness by Rhea, though. Like, I feel like Jackie Redmond said, we are on the verge, I think, of a Rhea crash out. I feel like very, very slowly we're getting a crash out heel, because I feel like they're doing that exact same thing with Cody Rhodes. Like they're slowly like crashing him out to the point that he just breaks and turns heel, and I feel like they're doing the exact same thing with Rhea Ripley. Because yeah, she was quite heelish during this match. Actually no, it was quite heelish actually, like very much heelish during this match, which I actually quite enjoyed seeing. We had an elbow fest by Io Sky, was absolutely wrecking Rhea Ripley with elbows to the side of the face, like that looked horrible, which was very nice to see. We had a German suplex to Rhea Ripley by Io Sky. How the hell Io Sky picked her up so easily, it was crazy to me, considering the height difference and just like the weight difference as well. Like, Io picked her up like she was a feather. Like, that was crazy. Like, a beautiful German suplex by Io Sky, like absolutely brilliant. Rhea tried to suplex Io, but she landed on her feet, which I absolutely love when wrestlers land on their feet after being like flipped over, because I really don't understand how they do it. Like, I don't understand. Like, how the hell do they do that? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. And again, I put 50-50 throughout the match, because we were like halfway through the match by this point and it was still 50-50, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was like very, very much enjoyed so. We had a clothesline from the top rope to Io Sky by Rhea Ripley, which was fucking amazing to witness. We had a near fall by Rhea Ripley to Io Sky. We had a near fall by Io as well. Like, we had so many moments during this match where I thought Rhea was going to become the new World Women's Champion. We had moments where I thought that Io was going to retain the Women's World Championship. Like, so many moments during this I thought we were getting either a new or retaining champion, because it was just this match was just absolutely incredible that I could literally go and watch it again. If you haven't watched this match, I don't know why you haven't, but you need to, because this match, like I've said at the beginning, has the contender to be one of the matches of the year so far, because absolutely fucking amazing. The ref did get taken out by Io Sky, I think it was. Yeah, Io Sky took the referee out, and then it set up them fighting in the crowd, because Rhea crashed out because she did her finisher Riptide, and obviously because there was no referee, she wasn't able to pick up the victory, so Rhea started crashing out. She flinged Io into the crowd, they started brawling in the crowd, and they went up to the, like, I don't know what they're called, workstation, I guess, boxes that have got stuff in it to do with the ring, I don't know. They went up to that anyway, and then I thought Rhea was going to do like a riptide or something from the top of it, and I was like, oh my god, no, don't do that, because it didn't look like a nice landing, but instead we got a crazy suplex by Io onto Rhea from the top of the equipment. That's it, equipment, I think that's what I said, I don't know. Fucking amazing. Like, was not expecting them to start brawling in the crowd and do crazy moves, considering that this was just a normal traditional one-on-one match between Rhea and Io. Like, there was no stipulation in this match, there was no, it wasn't a no disqualification match, it was just a normal one-on-one match. So the fact that we got to see like a mini brawl in the crowd and then like a crazy move in the crowd as well was such a good move, and made this match 10 times better than I was expecting it to be. Amazing. We had a power bomb to the outside by Io Sky as well. which was absolutely fucking insane. And we had more near falls, because I think it was it Rhea that done like they done like a suplex, like a spinning suplex, and they were both out from it. And then we got the music of the woman's Money in the Bank holder, Naomi, who came out to the ring with another referee, which is always a good sign that they're going to cash in when another referee comes out with them. And I was actually expecting Jade Cargill to be like hiding like near and like to run out and cost Naomi the championship, or to either like cost her even cashing it in the first place. But no, they just completely like have drifted Naomi and Jade Cargill apart now. Like they're not together anymore. Like that's done. Like that rivalry is done. Naomi is officially on Raw now because we have a new women's world champion in Naomi. What? Like what? I literally stood up out my seat and I was like, what the fuck? Because that was unpredictable, unexpected. Never in a million years would I have predicted that Naomi was going to cash in her Money in the Bank on an Evolution PLE when she was in the middle of a classic like rivalry, to be honest with you, with Jade Cargill and sort of Bianca Belair. That I genuinely thought that Naomi was going to cash in on Jade Cargill at SummerSlam and then go into SummerSlam Night 2 to face Bianca Belair with the championship. And I was expecting Jade Cargill to come out and it ended in a disqualification and set up a triple threat between those three. But no, we had Naomi cash in last night on a Raw Superstars. So now she's officially on Raw. Like, what? Like, that was so bizarre. Like, so bizarre. Like, it was so unexpected. Because obviously, Stephanie Vakura won the Battle Royale. So she goes on to face either Naomi, Rhea, or Io for the Women's World Championship at Clash in Paris, literally like, what, 3 weeks later after SummerSlam? So now I'm thinking, what the hell are they doing for SummerSlam? Because Rhea's like literally on the face of the SummerSlam, like she's on the poster, so there's no way they're keeping Rhea off SummerSlam. Bianca, is she still injured to the point that she can't wrestle for like another month, so they're keeping her off? I can't see that happening. So now what are they doing with Bianca? Because they can't do Bianca versus Naomi for the Women's World Championship, because that means that SmackDown will have 2 Women's Championships. That doesn't make sense to me. They need one on Raw. So now what are they doing with Bianca? What are they doing with Rhea? What are they doing with Io? What are they doing with Naomi? Because we know Jade Cargill's facing Tiffany at Saturday Night's Main. No, why do I keep saying that 1 minute? At SummerSlam. So we know that match is done. But what are they doing with Bianca? Because I genuinely do think that they're going to be doing Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam in a triple threat. Like that. That's the only thing I can think of. But now I don't know what they're doing with Bianca. I don't know. Weird. Very weird. But yeah, that was a shocking moment and a half. Like, it was very, very unexpected. Like, very unexpected. When they were both down on the floor and not getting up, I was like, okay, this is suspicious, because the camera pointed to the ring, and I was like, either we're going to get a return of somebody to cost Rhea, maybe. I was actually expecting a Paige return, and she was going to cost Rhea the Women's World Championship to set up Paige versus Rhea at SummerSlam. That's generally actually what I thought was going to happen. But we didn't. We got Naomi cashing, of course. But when they did pan to the entrance, I was like, what is about to happen? Because I wasn't expecting it to be Naomi, so I was so confused on what was going on. But yeah, I didn't get my prediction right on Rhea Ripley winning, because we got a cash in by Naomi, and Naomi is our new Women's World Champion. Crazy. So yeah, guys, that is my review for the Evolution PLE. I really, really, really hope that they do this at least every like 2 years, because this was an incredible PLE and booked to absolute perfection. Like, what a PLE. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I did give this PLE a 5 out of 5 because it was so good. As much as the Battle Royale was very predictable and we didn't get an AJ Lee and Paige return, and I felt it was a bad decision to have the Battle Royale in the co-main event spot. Other than that, it was incredible. It was too incredible to not give this PLE a 5 out of 5. Like, just way too incredible. Like, the main event itself made this PLE be a 5 out of 5. Because it was just, the main event was just so unpredictable, unexpected, was way longer than I thought it was going to be, was way better than I thought it was going to be, just absolutely booked to perfection, that PLE, that main event, and the whole PLE itself, to be honest with you, in a way, just absolutely incredible. My match of the night probably is very obvious by how much I've spoken about the match, is Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky, with Naomi cashing in the main event of Evolution. This was definitely my favourite match of the night, because by far this was the best match, in my opinion, of the night, and possibly the best women's match of the year. Very, very close to the triple threat at WrestleMania Night 2. Because this match was just, it was just so good. So yeah, this is my match of the, not of the year, of the night. Possibly one of my matches of the year, actually, to be fair. But yeah, guys, that was my review for Evolution. Let me know in the comments down below, what was your favourite match of the night, and what did you give this PLE? Did you agree with me that this PLE was a 5 out of 5, because it was fucking amazing? Or do you believe that it was good, but not quite a 5 out of 5, so you gave it a 4 out of 5? Do you believe it was alright, it could have been better? You don't agree with the winners of most of the matches, so you gave it a 3 out of 5. Do you believe that this was meh? You didn't really enjoy the whole show, but you enjoyed like a little tiny bit of it, but not very much? Or do you believe that this was a 1 out of 5? You will never watch this Evolution PLE, you hated every single booking decision that happened, and you wish this PLE never happened, so you gave it a 1 out of 5. Let me know in the comments down below what you gave it, because again, I personally gave it a 5 out of 5, and it is top 3 PLE of the year for me, because it is that number 3 spot. Number 1 being Elimination Chamber, and number 2 being WrestleMania Night 2, number 4 being Money in the Bank, and number 5 being Backlash. So yeah, guys, I will be doing, of course, a Raw review for Raw tomorrow. That was a weird, mad sentence to say. So yeah, look forward to the Raw review that comes out tomorrow. We do have a gauntlet match between Bron Breakker, Jey Uso, LA Knight, CM Punk and Penta, and the winner goes on to face Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. So I'm so excited to see who wins that match. But yeah, guys, this has been Charlie, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.